Hello, and welcome to another Optimum Business English video. In the previous 3 videos, we looked at how to greet our audience, introduce ourselves, and introduce a topic. Now, we need to introduce the meeting agenda, clearly laying out exactly what will be covered in the meeting. Let us dive right in. We will start by understanding why we share the meeting agenda at all. Firstly, it reminds everyone why they are there. It also helps to manage expectations, in the sense that everyone knows what will be discussed and in which order. Next, an agenda shows that the meeting lead or chair has carefully thought about the meeting, what is needed for it to be a success, and how to get the most out of the time spent. Finally, it keeps the meeting on track. That way, if someone starts discussing something that is not on the agenda, it is easy to bring the meeting back to the topic, thus limiting off-ramps and distractions. When is the best time to share the agenda? And believe it or not, it is best to share the agenda of a meeting on 4 different occasions. The first is with the meeting invitation email. By sharing the agenda in the invitation, those who have been invited will be clear on what to expect, what to bring, if anything, and even why they should attend at all. The second is at the start of the meeting, that being just after we greeted our audience, we introduced ourselves and we introduced the topic. This both reminds everyone of the meeting's purpose, as well as being a way of ensuring that the meeting proceeds in a controlled and well-managed manner. It also shows professionalism in that it has been carefully planned to achieve specific results. At the conclusion of the meeting, we again share the agenda as a way of summarizing what was discussed and agreed and what had been achieved. It is also a good place to then note what the next steps will be and if there will need to be any follow-up meetings to discuss an area in greater depth or to address an issue that was raised during the meeting. The final occasion to share an agenda is in the follow-up or next steps email. This is an email which is sent out to all who attended or were invited to attend a meeting, and it acts as a formal summary of what was discussed, forming an integral part of the minutes of meeting, and it includes any decisions taken during the session, what will be the next steps, and what each person needs to deliver as a result of the meeting. Now we will look at how to structure a basic agenda. Most agendas ought to start by providing background information or the reason for the meeting. This will include what the meeting is all about, answering any basic questions those attending may have in case the topic is new to them. It will include things such as where did this all begin? What was the start of it? When did it begin? How long ago? Why is it important and how is it relevant to them and to the company? We will then answer their questions around who. So who started it all off? Who is involved today and what are their responsibilities? Who can they ask if they have questions, or who can they go to raise issues or concerns? Thirdly, what has happened so far? This is to bring everyone up to date on the latest developments and news around the topic or the project. The second part of an agenda should always be to agree a list of potential benefits, risks, and issues relating to the topic or the project. Following on from that, we will need to have a discussion and agree any actions that people need to take. This would start by gathering information and input from the various stakeholders in the meeting. Before discussing any potential problems, issues, and risks that they may foresee. Finally, those attending the meeting will agree actions and the way forward, also known as the next steps. The last section of a meeting agenda is where the person leading or chairing the meeting provides a very quick summary to wrap up the session. It would start with what had been discussed or agreed so far, in other words, what decisions were made during the session or the meeting. Before moving on to any agreed actions, they will need to look at who will handle them, who is going to be responsible for doing what, and when they will need to be completed by. Then in the next steps, they will need to consider, will they need another meeting? Will they need to attend a training session? Will they need to email information to the person who chaired the meeting? Or even will they just need to look out for further communication around the topic? Finally, providing them with any relevant or additional information they may require, such as project documentation or system training videos, product specifications, marketing material, and the like. To summarize, an agenda should include all of these wherever possible. Let us now take a look at an example of a meeting agenda from an actual business session. This is a meeting agenda for rolling out a new finance software system. It starts with, what is the background of the project so far, answering the questions of who is involved, what it is all about, what has been done so far, where it is, so what region is involved in it, or what department, or even which country of the company is involved in it, and when it is due to go live. Secondly, what are the benefits, issues, and risks that have been identified so far? At this point of the meeting, in the third section, everyone who has a stake or an interest in the project will be invited to share their views on potential issues and problems the project may face, adding any others that may have been missed so far and which will also then need to be included. Then, based upon any potential issues or problems that have been identified, the group will now think of possible risks to the project and things that may prevent it from moving forward before moving on to ways that those risks can be mitigated, handled, or taken care of. The meeting will then end with a summary of everything that had been discussed and agreed before noting what is to be done now and by whom, what is the next steps on the project, and where can they find additional information. Finally, who are their points of contact? Points of contact being a person or people who can answer any question they may have regarding the project, or to whom they may go for support, or even who they can go to escalate a problem. Please remember to subscribe to be notified each time we post a new video. And thank you for watching.